Peace to everyone in the planet Earth. Rob Blackstorm. I want to wish everyone peace, power, and prosperity. I know I had a video yesterday where I talked about the blood super wolf moon, or the super moon blood wolf, or the wolf super blood moon, or however you want to say it. But I went into it yesterday. Wanted to bring some more energy to this video because I looked back on it and I realized I was kind of dull, even though I was explaining what I think is some powerful concepts. So I wanted to delve back into it a little bit. This video is not going to be as long as the last video, because last video I went into what the moon is doing to your body physically and spiritually. I went into what actually the super blood moon is, what the color red of the moon will look like tonight. And that's tonight at 12:12 a.m. The last video I said 12:12 p.m. That's my bad. That would be this afternoon, because I'm shooting this new video today, Sunday, after rewatching the last video that I shot. So the moon will actually be visible at 12:12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But now it's going to start where you're going to start seeing it get red at 11:41 p.m. tonight. That's the 20th of January, Eastern Standard Time. And then it's going to get full red at 12:12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So wherever you are, go to Pacific or Central Time, whatever that is in your state or your area. If this will be visible in North America and the Pacific, I don't think it's going to be visible in other parts of the world. But with that being said, that's even more powerful for us here in North America, or those that are in North America, because that means that the light is shining directly on us. This music's a little loud. Turn it down a little bit. And that means the light is shining down on us, which is great, because that red moonlight is powerful. That intensity or that spectrum of light of red is powerful. And I went into that as well as last video. So I don't want to cover the concepts that I went through last video. Go back last video, look at that. If you have questions, you can put them in the comments, or you can inbox me. I'm also on Facebook as Rob Watson, also on Facebook as Rob Blackstorm, Instagram Rob underscore Blackstorm. I'm going to be doing more stuff like this. I'm going to be going live on Facebook. I'm going to be going live on different platforms, live here on YouTube, and just talk to y'all, share some of my wisdom and share some of my knowledge. This is also part of my growth this cycle, to share more and to put more information out, and to be courageous about doing so. So we all have our challenges. We all have things that, part of my challenge is getting over self-judgment, or not even self-judgment, or judgment, or the need for external validation, So that's one of the things that I'm working on this cycle. So you're going to see a lot more things come from me, a lot more videos, a lot more product. There's things that I'm putting out as I'm delving deeper into the mysteries and the sciences of life. I'll start putting more stuff out. So look for that to come. So I just wanted to really talk about, like I said, I don't want to make this video too long. I really wanted to talk about the things that we could do during this cycle tonight, during this super blood wolf moon, how we can make ourselves roar because it's in Leo. So the super blood moon is in Leo, on the astrological sign of Leo. Now, when we say these things are in signs, what we're saying is that astrologically, this heavenly occurrence, so to speak, or this occurrence that's happening in space with, as I said last video, the sun reflecting on the earth, the sun shining on the earth, and the earth giving a shadow from the sun shining on the earth to the moon. So the sun shining on the earth is making the moon red, and the reflection of the moon is shining on us, right? So it's like a double whammy, so to speak, because you're getting the sunlight on the earth on the back end, and then you're getting the moonlight, which is red, on the front end, right? So it turns the moon red. So that's a high level It's a high level intensity, I should say. So that means a lot of power is being generated, A ton of power is being generated. So this cycle, one of the first things we should work on is being courageous. What are the things that you're scared of? What are the things that are holding you back? What are the things that are limiting you from achieving the dreams and achieving the goals and achieving the things that you want? Do you want to achieve a certain thing and you're scared? Do you want to put YouTube videos out and you're scared of how your family or your friends are going to judge you? Do you have certain wisdom that you want to share with people, but you're scared of what people will think? Are you scared to talk to women as a man? Are you scared to approach women? Are you scared to tell women that you're attracted to them? Are you scared to tell women that you want them? As a woman, do you have trauma that you haven't got over? Or as a man, do you have trauma that you haven't got over to where you can't address a man or address a woman properly, right? These traumas. So now we have to be courageous. This cycle is asking for us to be courageous. This blood moon is demanding that we put that intensity. As I said last video, red is the color of passion. Red is the color of energy. Red is the color of intensity. So this cycle is asking us that whatever we're scared of, you're scared to ask for a raise at your job, or you haven't planned out what you want to do this year, or you have a New Year's resolution that you're starting but you haven't completed. Now is the time, all right? Especially with the moon being a supermoon, meaning that the moon is closer to us or closer to planet Earth in its orbit. There's a lot of energy being generated by this moon pulling on us. So we have to harness this energy if we are wise. Most people have no idea what's going on, so they're just going to live their regular life. But this moon is going to demand some shit happens, whether you're conscious, whether you're unconscious, whether you're woke, whether you're not woke. Certain things are going to happen. If you've been looking at the news, right? Well, I don't really watch the news, but I do pay attention to stuff on the internet and what happens. But I don't watch the news. The news is toxic. That shit is like watching snuff videos every day, every morning or every night before you go to bed. So I try not to watch the news. The news is toxic. I would recommend you don't watch the news either. However, I saw yesterday, which was Saturday, the 19th of January, that Trump said, he basically gave an ultimatum. Like, look, I'm going to give y'all this, all right? I'm going to give you some humanitarian aid, but you're going to give me that wall, or else I'm going to keep this shit shut down. Now, the irony of this cycle is this. All the revolutionaries, right, in the world say that they want the government to be shut down, right? They want all the revolutionaries in America say, yeah, we need to start our own government. Yeah, we need to nation build. Yeah, we need to create our own. So all these things we've been asking for is really happening with the government shutdown. Because if the government shut down, then you're forced to take care of yourself. You're forced to do the things you have to do. You're forced to be courageous. You have to be courageous. Another thing with this cycle, with this supermoon being in Leo, is stepping out of your comfort zone. Doing the things that you're not comfortable doing. You may not know how to meditate, but you may want to be clairvoyant. You may want to expand your third eye. You may want to expand your spiritual practices. Yeah, you could take mushrooms. Yeah, you could take ayahuasca. Yeah, you could take LSD. Yeah, you could smoke a gang of weed. But there's nothing like doing it through getting in a meditative trance and getting that same high through a meditative trance. There's nothing like it. Not only that, it's natural. Not only that, it's free of charge. You don't have to pay anybody anything for it. Once you learn how to get into meditative trance, you'll always know it and you'll always be able to do it. That'll lead you to opening your third eye. That'll lead you to clairvoyance. And that'll also lead you to great ideas and great visions that you want to manifest. It will also help you develop peace. Because when you meditate, it puts you in a place of peace. And when you go through difficulties, it's easier for you to put yourself in a place of peace than when you don't meditate. You're by default going to go into fight or flight and worry mode. And that's not good for anybody. So another thing with this cycle, another thing that we want to do is go and be grateful. Be grateful for what you have. Be grateful for the things that you already have. One of the signs of, or one of the traits of Leo is a regalness. Royalty. The lion is the king of the jungle, so there's a royalty about the lion. And how can you feel royal if you're not grateful for the things you already have? If you woke up today, you're blessed because you could start over today. Whatever happened in the past is the past. And we have to learn to not let ourselves be defined by the past. That's what being courageous is being all about. Not being defined by the past, not being defined by things that already happened, not being defined by things that people say, not being defined by what the world expects. Stepping out of your comfort zone, stepping out of the things that you've done that have been unsuccessful. Let's keep it real. We all have patterns in life or programs that we're running on. Whether you're reprogramming yourself or not, there's still programs that you're running on. We all have been programmed. So you either choose the program or the program chooses you. This cycle, this super moon, is going to demand, whether you follow, whether you go with the energy or not, is going to demand that you look at yourself, and it's going to demand that you step out of your comfort zone in some way. There are going to be events that occur that's going to force you to step out your comfort zone. Just like the government shutdown. Nobody expected it to happen. You think these TSA workers expected not to get paid? Or these people in the government that's not getting paid? And if you're watching this and you're one of those that's not getting paid, shout out to you. Blessings to you. Peace and favor to you. I would encourage you, though, to not continue staying in the job just because they said so. I would encourage you to find your own source of income. Find an item online, wholesale it. Find an item you can get it wholesale, and then put it back out. I always say to myself, there's $1 million on the internet. I just have to find it. All the new millionaires are coming up through the internet. Gary V, who's the new millionaires? Gary V, Jeff Bezos, Steve Jobs, all these billionaires, they're using the internet. So we should be using the internet to find money in the internet, because there's money in the internet. That's one of the things. We're stepping out of the comfort zone. Going with traditional jobs, thinking traditional jobs are the way to go when it's a whole new world. So we have to step out of our comfort zones. This is a great time to start a project, to start a business, to start putting things in motion, because the energy is of passion. The energy of that color or that wavelength of red or that blood moon is giving us the energy to put things in motion. Everything in life is about energy. Everything is about vibration. Everything is about frequency. This body that I have, it is just a shell. This skin and flesh, it is just a shell for my spirit, for my spiritual energy. And people will say, what is spirit? Well, spirit just means breath. If you look at the etymology of the word spirit, you can research the etymology, which is the history of words or the history of a word. And if you go back to the history of the word spirit, you'll go to a word, I believe it's called esperer, which means air or breath. Which means to breathe or breath. So when people talk about spirit, we're talking about breath. So everyone is spiritual, right? The reason why meditation is important is because meditation slows down the breathing. So when the breathing is slowed down, you are able to perceive more of true reality rather than false reality, which when the breath is sped up, because you're in motion, right? So you're speeding down the breath, not only so you can see the real reality, it also helps concentration, it also helps focus, and it also helps you be in a peaceful state of mind. So I talked about meditation last video too, because it's very, very important. And it's something we, especially as black people, or the black people watching this, or the people of African American, or people of, Hispanic, or the ones of darker hue, are not doing it actively. And it's something that we need to learn and master so that we can master self. And the reason it's important to master self and the reason it's important to follow these cycles is because we're going along with nature and we're going along with natural law. When you plant a seed as a farmer, you're not going to plant a seed right in the winter when snow's on the ground. You don't plant a seed there because the seed is not going to fertilize, it's not going to produce the fruit that you want. But when you plant a seed at the right time, at the right season, that seed is going to grow, and that seed is going to grow and turn into a flower or fruit or food or whatever you need. But you have to plant it at the right time. You can't just be planting seeds anytime. So that's why us that follow non-traditional religion or non-traditional, I don't want to say religion, or non-traditional ways of life, right, or follow these different cycles that are nature-based. Pleasure, indulgence, self-expression is part of the cycle as well. So you want to have fun with it. You know, if you're looking at somebody or if you want a relationship, this is the time to put that intention out into the universe. This is the time. This is a great time for prayer. This day should be a day of prayer. People say, oh, prayer, that's some Christian stuff. No, it's not. Prayer is an affirmation. That's all you're doing. When you're praying, as long as you're not praying to a spook or to something that you have no idea what it is, as long as you're praying to the God in you and the energy of God that's in you, and if you are praying to God, there's nothing wrong with that either, because there is a universal energy that ties all of us together. So if you call that God, great. If you call that Jesus, great. If you call that Allah, great. Whatever you want, whatever you put energy into is going to manifest anyway. I said I wasn't going to make this a long video, but it's turning into a long video, so forgive me. You want to stay praying, though, during this day. You want to be grateful for what you have. That's the first step. Because if you're not grateful for what you have, then you're always going to be seeking something outside of yourself. You're always going to be seeking external validation. You're always going to be seeking something to define you rather than using yourself to define you. I also predict that in the next coming days, there's going to be a lot of chaos, especially in government, especially in positions of power, especially if things that were considered powerful are going to be exposed. A lot of relationships are going to be exposed. A lot of people are going to be exposed during this cycle that's coming up because it's aggressive. This full moon on this power, this red blood moon, this wolf moon is aggressive. It's in Leo. It's about roaring. It's about lionhood. It's about regalia. It's about power. Now, the reason we even do spiritual work is to produce magic. And what is magic? Magic is taking this, whatever thought you have here, and making it a tangible reality. That's what magic is. That's what you're doing if whatever religion you're in. And if you're actively practicing, you're trying to do magic. You're trying to take what's here, an idea or a thought, and make it a tangible reality, something you could touch, feel, and or taste or smell, right? That's what magic is. So people that are called geniuses, right, which derives really from jinn, the Arabic jinn, which means demon, check that out. And also, if you research the word demon, you'll find that it means genius, the etymology of the word demon. So we gotta also look at these words and look at the way we've been taught certain things. That's also stepping out of the box or stepping out of the comfort zone, which this supermoon Leo is demanding us to do. So I just wanted to go into a little bit more detail and say that we have the power. We have the power to do whatever we need to do for ourselves. But spiritual practice is necessary for our growth and development. Because there are people that are successful financially. There are people that are millionaires, billionaires. And believe it or not, they're not happy. Believe it or not, they don't have everything that they want. Maybe tangibly, maybe they have every car, every house, every physical item, but within, within themselves, they're not happy. Within themselves, they feel inadequate. Within themselves, they feel like they can't get along with people, or they're socially awkward, or they have different pressures or different things they don't like about themselves. So we have to be thankful for what we have, because just because someone is richer than you doesn't mean that they're richer than you in spirit. With spiritual practice, though, it not only allows you and shows you how to get the bag, right, by magnetically and spiritually attracting good things to you, but with spiritual practice, it helps you become a better person for you, yourself, your family, and better with dealing with people and shining and bringing more light into the world. So I just want to say happy blood moon to everyone. Again, 11:41 p.m. tonight is when it starts. 12:12 a.m. Eastern is when it's at its brightest. I hope you have a lovely ceremony around it. I hope you're dancing. I hope you're happy. I hope you're joyful. And I hope you set good intentions. Like I said, go back to the other video. You'll see some more things that I was talking about. But I wanted to put more passion into this video because I realized last video wasn't as passionate. And that's what this is all about. So look for more things from me. I'll be doing readings, astrological charts. Inbox me if you're interested in a reading. I do clairvoyant readings. Inbox me if you're interested in an astrological chart. I do those. And counseling as well. I do that as well. I teach classes as well. So inbox me if you're interested in that. And peace, power, and prosperity to y'all. Rob Blackstorm. I love you, and happy Sunday and happy blood moon. Peace.